Attention, engine running. Please shut door now.
Lass dich nicht verarschen.
Anyway, there's absolutely no truth in this malicious rumor that I started running mad cow disease stories simply because Angus Black, the great British beef baron, lost £10,000 to me in a game of poker and refused to pay up. Moreover, there's even less truth in the rumor that I took 100 million francs from the French to keep the stories running for another year.
Excuse me, Mr. Carver.
Yes.
This is the new banker, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Another new banker. I seem to collect them. Tell me, Mr. Bond, how is the market reacting to the crisis?
Currencies are off. Your stock is soaring.
I don't believe we've met. Elliot Carver.
Wei Lin. I'm from the New China News Agency.
I don't recall seeing your name on the guest list.
I have a confession. It's not. I snuck in.
Why would you do that, my dear?
I wanted to meet you.
Outstanding. I admire a woman who takes the initiative. You should work in my Beijing bureau.
Mr. Carver, you don't have a bureau in Beijing.
Call me Elliot.
I always wondered how I'd feel if I ever saw you again. Now I know. Was it something I said?
How about the words, "I'll be right back"?
Something came up.
Something always came up.
And how are you, Paris?
Much better now. We're even.
Something to drink, Miss Carver?
Mr. Bond will have a vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Mrs. Carver will have a tequila. Straight shot.
No, Mrs. Carver will have a glass of Mr. Carver's champagne.
I see you've moved up in the world, Paris.
And tonight, you're a banker. I saw the guest list. Tell me, James, do you still sleep with a gun under your pillow?
To you.
No, to the gun. So I take it this isn't a social visit.
Your husband may be in trouble.
The Emperor of the Air. If you think you're going after him, you're the one who's in trouble.
Perhaps. With either him or someone in his organization.
I see. And you figured you could charm the dirt out of me?
No. That wasn't my plan.
Good. Because if it comes to a choice between you and Elliot, I've made my bed. You don't sleep in it anymore.
There you are.
Darling.
I've been looking everywhere for you. I want you to meet Wei Lin, New China News Agency.
Hello, Mrs. Carver.
It's a pleasure. And this is James Bond.
I didn't realize you knew each other.
Oh, we're old friends.
Casual acquaintances. He dated my roommate in Zurich.
I'm thinking of getting Wei Lin behind a news desk.
That's wonderful. I'm sure she won't resist too much.
Tell me, Elliot, I was just wondering about your satellites, the way you've positioned yourself globally.
Are they merely tools for information, Mr. Bond?
Or disinformation. Say if you wanted to manipulate the course of governments, or people, or even a ship.
That's very interesting, Mr. Bond. You have a vivid imagination for a banker. Perhaps I should commission you to write a novel.
Oh, heavens no, I'd be lost at sea. Adrift.
Mr. Carver.
Ah, it's time to begin the festivities. Excuse me, darling. So, how do you really know him?
I I told you, he's the banker. I met him in Zurich.
You're a terrible liar, dear. I have a problem with a banker. Could I see you a moment?
Ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, Mr. Carver's broadcast will be starting in 10 minutes in the main studio.
Exactly what kind of banking do you specialize in, Mr. Bond?
Hostile takeovers.